Now, from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is Your Weather Tonight. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, folks, here we go now, heading right on into our Monday evening. And of course, as we went through the afternoon, we were tracking this very low-end opportunity of a scattered shower thunderstorm around the area. And simply put, we're going to be doing the same thing as we go through the evening. It's only a 10 to maybe 20% opportunity. Again, most folks will remain completely dry. In fact, if not everyone remains completely dry as we go through the evening, and temperatures will slowly chisel down out of the 80s. It's going to be a very warm evening, eventually through the 70s. You can see right around 75 by 9 p.m. this evening. We're going to talk about maybe even an opportunity of a couple storms overnight, and then what appears to be now an increasing opportunity of rain and storms, and maybe even some severe weather as we get into this upcoming Thursday. Again, details on that coming up. But just looking at what we did this afternoon, these were your official daytime highs. And take a look at DFW. Topping out right around 83. Most folks in the Metroplex were in the lower to mid 80s today. Lower to mid 80s fairly common around the area. And in fact, Mineral Wells kind of the hot spot today. Again, topping out 85, that 85 again just a little bit earlier this afternoon. So looking at the setup now as we're heading into the evening and the overnight, there's a couple components here that I'm going to be keeping my eyes on. Now, number one, we were watching the activity off to our east. You can currently see it over in the parishes of Louisiana. There was a little bit of thought that some of that activity might backbuild a little bit further to the west into our eastern counties. We have not seen that, right? That stayed well off to our east. And again, you can see the black line, that's the dry line. There wasn't much hope that anything would develop near the dry line today. There was really no spark to activate it, so to speak, no lift, no jet stream storm system moving up and over it. So the dry line has also remained relatively quiet. But now as we head into the evening, especially as we head into the overnight, it's all about that blue line. And that's our next cold front. It's currently up in Oklahoma, but I do think it's going to trigger some thunderstorms in southeastern Oklahoma overnight. And I think a few of those are going to clip our northeastern counties right around sunrise, maybe just before sunrise. Again, we'll talk about that. I'll show you that on the modeling coming up. But there's the dry line. Look at the air mass behind the dry line. Bone dry, right? Again, enhanced fire danger again, unfortunately, in that part of our state. And again, you can see more of a humid, more of kind of a tropical maritime air mass, again, from our eastern counties, off into, well, the deep south of Texas. Again, more in the way of Gulf of Mexico moisture down there. Otherwise, as we go forward in time, you can see this big long wave troughing pattern here. That's going to be moving in, but that's not really what's getting my attention. It's going to be more so the subtropical jet stream, what we call this time of year, and because we're in that particular frame, if you will, the El Nino jet stream. And again, you can see it right here, really energizing and enhancing the pinks, the whites. Those are some higher velocity winds. And we've got this next storm system. You see it right there. That's going to be coming in for Thursday. And again, the jet stream positioning there, again, number one is going to be favorable for rain and storms. But number two, it's going to be favorable, what appears right now to be for, well, some severe weather on this upcoming Thursday. So we're really going to keep you abreast of that over the next few days. Now, this is not Thursday. This is still for this evening and tonight. Again, if we were to see an isolated thunderstorm, again, could it potentially have some quarter-size hail and winds to 60 miles per hour? The bottom line is it's not impossible, but again, please do keep in mind through the evening, it's basically a 10 to 20% shot. Most of us remain dry. Like I mentioned, off to the northeast, that's truly where we're going to be watching. So there's the modeling. Again, you can see a little blip as we go through the evening. Again, could we maybe have that stray shower? Not impossible. But really take a look at this here. Here comes the front overnight. You can see storms try and backbuild out of Oklahoma, more so over in Lamar County. And then there may be a little outflow boundary tomorrow from that activity overnight. And again, you can see by late tomorrow afternoon, it's another 20% shot of a stray shower thunderstorm. So again, really, truly, as we go forward in time, it's going to be relatively isolated, at least over the next several days. And then again, like I mentioned, going forward in time, especially by Thursday, better rain opportunities there. Otherwise, there's a look at your kind of late evening into the overnight. And again, temperatures pretty mild again for most of us overnight tonight. We'll do some more 80s, but again, a few 70s off to the northwest tomorrow. Of course, that's where the front's going to be moving through. And then for Tuesday night and a Wednesday, 40s and 50s behind the front. It will be chillier, and then we'll chisel the temperatures down some for Wednesday. You can see more in the way of 70s around the area, and there's that opportunity on Thursday. We're going to be tracking carefully with some rainstorms. More coming up.